I'm Melissa, your cash flow queen, and I'm here to cut through the BS and tell you the real deal about how to create cash flow from your real estate investment. Now, if you've been held back, if you're just looking for that breakthrough and you haven't yet been able to do it, I'm going to give you the shortcut because I know exactly the pitfalls to avoid, the minefields that you don't want because it will blow up your deal. And I learned the good old-fashioned way by figuring it out. There is no magic formula or magical formula to succeed in business anywhere. If there was one, Harvard Business School will probably have a patent on it. But there are certain characteristics that I have found that will really make a difference between being successful or sinking your real estate ship. Now, you might wonder why I'm being so benevolent and generous and helpful, and it's really simple. The more people I help educate to be successful in cash flow real estate, the more ideal partners I develop in the marketplace. So understand, I have a vested interest in your success. Now, the first thing that I will say you should do is to make that transition from an employee mindset to an investor mindset. There is a crossover, and I had to do this at a very young age. So my dad was very successful in many businesses, in many industries, and I was surrounded by an entrepreneurial mindset ever since I can remember. But my dad lacked clear systems, so he worked too hard, so hard. I mentioned that before in one of my videos that my first business was a franchise. And I learned how invaluable systems are in every business while I was running that business. So what I'm doing is giving people a franchise model, a predictable, dependable pathway to success in real estate without the franchise fees. And I'm committed to doing these videos because I recognize the power of a system and a successful roadmap. And you are able to replicate that now. So for example, when I first started to invest in commercial real estate, I bought what I thought was a pretty good deal, but I didn't have the systems to make it great. So I just bought the property, I held it was cash flowing, didn't do anything to it. But it wasn't until I started to think in terms of a franchise, how can I reproduce these results with less effort, that I realized and I understood better that systems apply to all businesses. And there are definitely clear systems that one should have when adding value to commercial real estate, for example. So you can maximize the value and minimize the time it takes to do it. So I didn't make all the money I could make on that deal because I didn't have those systems. So what I'm trying to do is help you avoid these same mistakes, right? So you can invest passively or actively. So investing actively means that you're out there, you're in the grind, you're getting the deals, you're vetting them. Investing passively means that you're just placing your money into syndication deals, like the ones I put together, for example, where my team goes out, they find the deal, they vet the deal, and you just invest in that deal and you get a share of the profit every month. So regardless of your investment strategy, a positive attitude is vital though. But it's also an attitude of expectation because, preparation prevents poor performance in a deal. And now that I'm mentioning this, I'm thinking of a title for a future video, the 5 P's for cash flow success. So stay subscribed so you don't miss it. And I also see my mom coming over. She's with me in this adventure. So she's coming to say hi. She doesn't speak English actually, so she keeps on telling me I have to do these videos in Spanish. So I think I should listen to mom and do them in Spanish pretty soon. Alright, so going back to the positive attitude. I don't mean stick your head in the sand and think that nothing is going to happen, right? There are cycles in real estate. You have to recognize that there are cycles in the economy. And when winter comes, and it will, you want to be prepared for it. So a positive mindset just stops you from wallowing in mistakes. But if you're smart, you will also want to listen to someone who's been there, done that, and succeeded at it. So what you're looking to do is avoid those classic mistakes and save time and money to accelerate your success. Of course, another super important thing is that you have to have clear goals. So when I first started to move from residential to commercial real estate, I had a clear goal of owning 150 cash flowing doors. So say that you want to create, I don't know, $10,000 a month in passive income. You have to know how much each door will cash flow in your area, so you know how many doors you need. This is simple. I know it seems pretty basic, but you have to crunch your numbers. And if you're crunching your numbers and you've got a deal in the pipeline, feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn so I can help you evaluate it. Now, once you got a plan, you set your level of expectations, and I hope they're high. You make sure you prepare, and you only see success, then you seek wisdom from others to be able to be successful faster. And the last part is just to be persuasive. You have to believe in yourself, you have to believe in what you're doing, and you have to be able to communicate it to others. The power of persuasion is going to help you negotiate, close a sale, and find a new partner for a deal, for example. You know, and I'm a multifamily and mobile home park investor myself, and I do it all at a distance. I mean, I am in this beautiful cruise ship. I'm able to stand here. The sun is coming down in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, but I surround myself with like-minded individuals even when I travel, because that way I can mastermind with successful leaders as well, and then I can apply what I'm learning with my people in my properties when I get home. So I'm always learning new things about either the due diligence process or about new financing options, and you should also do that. But you know, lastly, understand that 90% of success is just to show up. So mastermind with other successful people, pay close attention to preparing for your deals, and then seek wise counsel before pulling the trigger. Be creative and ready to invest. And when you do that and you treat your cash flow real estate venture like a business, not like a hobby, then it will pay you handsomely. So in my next video, I will share with you the simple hacks, the great tools that I use to buy my life back when I'm traveling like right now. And you who is ready to dial up your cash flow and live life the way you love and by design, I'll see you in my next video.